Is everybody in? Is everybody in? The show is about to begin.
Welcome to the podcast, concerts that made us, interviews and stories, tales from the bus. We love taking you back to when it all went down, the greatest live shows and that cheering crowd sound. It's concerts that made us, concertsthatmadeus.com.
Hey, this is Rewind.
And you are listening to The Concerts That Made Us.
A few words have crossed through my mind tonight. I can't fight this feeling one more time. The world moves on, but time stands still, stuck in a photograph of you. I try to move on, but my thoughts rewind. Never enough, won't leave the photograph alone. Oh, never enough, the thought of you makes me feel low. Oh, never enough. Now time has passed, yet I don't see the light. These restless feelings got me up all night. Seasons pass, but I stay cold, stuck in the memories with you. I try to move on, but my thoughts rewind. Never enough, won't leave the photograph alone. Oh, never enough, the thought of you makes me feel low. Oh, every step I take brings me closer to the answer I'm seeking. The truth won't set me free. I won't leave the photograph alone. Oh, I'm on the run. Midnight wanderer, restless soul in flight, chasing shadows, searching for the light. I'm on the run. I'm on the run. On the run. On the run.
Guys, you're very welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's great now. I'm looking forward to diving into your music. So you recently released your debut single and video. Take us deeper into it.
Yeah, no, we recorded a a pop rock type song. Our plan is to record a song that's relatable to a lot of people. Therefore, the song was based on like heartbreak because a lot of people can relate to that. And then we had a vision to make it a pop rock song because at the moment we're playing a lot of cover songs, which goes back into the 80s and stuff. So a lot of our fan base at the moment is like the older generation. So we kind of wanting to also drift and bring more of the younger generation involved. So we decided to record like a pop rock type song so we can bring both generations, older and younger, together and enjoy the music.
I like it. I like it. How did you guys approach writing Never Enough?
Well, writing Never Enough was a very collaborative process. All of the members were involved. One day we came up with a riff at rehearsal and we started playing around with it. And the next thing we had a full 3-minute instrumental of the song. And we recorded us playing that and we jammed it a bit. And then once we had that, we started writing lyrics. And because we wanted the song to be relatable, each person went and they brainstormed and each person provided a verse. And at the end of the day, we put all the verses together to make the final product.
Ah, I see. I see. Now, it was recorded and produced by Alan Simmonds at Signal Flow Studios. What was that dynamic like with you guys working with Alan?
Um, yeah, so working with Alan, it was a very, very fun experience. And I can say that definitely for myself and most probably for all the others. He's very, very professional. He always cracks jokes and stuff just to keep the mood in a really good state. And yeah, he really knows what he's doing. I mean, 20 years, over 20 years of experience. Yeah, working with Alan was a blast.
Will you guys stick with Alan for future projects?
Oh,
100%,
definitely.
yeah.
You know, something that's I'm sure lots of listeners who have heard your song or seen your video have noticed is the video. It looks like you guys had a lot of fun making it. Can you talk us through the production side and all that?
Yeah, for sure. So we were lucky enough to have Simon, our keyboardist. His brother actually does and records music videos for a living. So we were lucky to have that awesome connection. And obviously Simon has that brother connection with him. So same with his brother. His brother made it such a fun experience, cracks jokes here and there. I don't know, Simon, you can add on to that also.
Yeah, so we were very lucky in the sense that we had my older brother who makes music videos for a living. So he did it for us. And we took a full day from 5 a.m. in the morning that when I woke up, that's about when we started a few hours after that. And we went until 5 p.m. in the afternoon. That's how long it went. We shot the video in a concrete warehouse in Cape Town.
Maybe you weren't meaning to do it, but I love how you guys kind of you captured it looks modern, but you kind of still, like you were saying, you captured the essence of kind of 80s rock music videos
Yes.
as well with the warehouse, you know? It's kind of
Yeah.
subtle, but it comes true.
Yeah, no, that was all Simon's brother's idea. He goes by the name of Madness. It was all his idea to shoot that whole scene in the warehouse. So it does give us that old rock type vibes.
I like it. I like it. Now, you know, you guys, anyone that looks into you, you will see that you were primarily a covers band. What kind of made you guys make the transition to an originals?
Okay, well, Rewind obviously originally started as a cover band. And in 2023, the band won Battle of the Bands and got a lot of traction from that. And we decided that we want to take this opportunity now that we have this name, Battle of the Bands Winners. Maybe this is a good time to start working on some of our own music to show that we are more versatile in the sense that we can also make our own stuff.
Right, right. Do you guys, how are you finding the transition? I know a lot of people say that it can actually be a lot easier to come up with your own music than sit down and learn someone else's songs. How are you finding it?
Well, it's definitely an experience because working with cover music, it's you already know how the song goes. So it's like you just got to plan on how to work with it and how to make it your own as well. But then when it comes to making original music, it's like you have to make everything from scratch. So for me, I would feel like it is a bit more difficult to do your own music because you need to try and make it catchy as well. So like it gets people's attention. But yeah, that's my opinion on it.
And then also adding on to that, with the five members in the band, each including their own aspect of what they what they want our music to be, putting everyone's ideas together, it really actually helped us grow closer together. And the outcome of everyone's ideas merged together was actually it came out to be fantastic. And as I said, the connection grew.
Here's a bit of a fun one you made me think of there. With five members in the band, how do you guys handle disagreements, if any, ever arise?
Well, when it comes to disagreements, most of them are actually on cell phones and stuff like that. So we kind of we kind of talk about serious stuff more in person. That way we can feel everyone's emotions a bit more, and the communication is much easier when we talk in person. There's hardly any disagreements when there's in-person talks.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Before we move on, I just want to know, say in 5 years' time, when you guys obviously have lots of music, few albums out, how will you look back on this track, Never Enough?
Greatness from small
Never enough.
beginnings.
Yeah. Never enough. It's kind of like it's our baby. It's the infancy of Rewind getting big. Because I mean, the song it's already got quite a bit of traction. I mean, we've just hit 20,000 views on YouTube today. We have over 2,000 streams on Spotify, and I think close to 1,200 monthly listeners already on Spotify. So Never Enough is literally it is our golden egg currently. We will always adore the song basically because it's like it's your first song that you've made and you're proud of it. And I can definitely be safe to say that we are all proud of the song.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Now, the podcast is called Concerts That Made Us, so I have to ask you some concert-related questions if you don't mind. First off, as a concert goer, what concerts would you say have made you?
I would definitely say a lot of the shows at the Edgewood Bowling Club really got a lot of our crowd, and it built quite a bit nice and big fan base for us because firstly our first show was there, and then playing there a bit more often, it really got our what would you call it, our energy there and our confidence there, and yeah, we built off those Edgewood Bowling Club shows and then took it into new venues. And yeah, that was basically the foundation of our live shows. I don't know if you want to add anything onto that, Simon.
Nah, I think you've covered everything.
Cool.
Okay, okay. And for any listeners that haven't caught one of your shows, what are they like? Give us the full experience if you can.
So you're definitely going to see a lot of energy from Simon. He goes crazy when he's on stage. It seems like he can't contain himself. He's jumping around a lot, but everyone loves it. We all love it. You're gonna hear a lot of 80s rock music, and we do it in the best way possible. And hopefully, it's gonna be a good experience as well.
Sounds like a hell of a show. You know, what, besides audience numbers, what makes a good show for you guys?
I would definitely have to say, like, having a sound guy there, professional equipment, especially when the venues provide that. And also, like, not having to stress about you doing your own sound, like getting there a couple hours early to set your own equipment up, having your own sound. And yeah, not having that worry during the performance that something might actually go negative when it comes to the sound, such as feedback and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I also
adding
like to add
on
to
to
that.
that.
Okay, you can
Uh,
go first.
Um, Yeah, so adding on to that, so that's all the pre-show like stresses and things. It's always great if there's other people that have to do the work for you. So, I mean, who doesn't want that? But mid shows, even if the crowd's small, if they're interacting, if you can see that they're enjoying themselves, honestly, that just makes any show worth it
100%.
in my eyes.
Adding to that, you asked what makes a good show for us. Something very important to me is a venue that looks after its bands. Let's say we have a gig at a venue in a month's time or so. If we see effort from the venue to do marketing from their side and to put posters up and to promote us on social media, etc., that's something that I really like. And also, if they look after their bands in terms of giving them food when they get there and having like a bar tab for them.
You actually find that with a lot of pubs and clubs, do they do that?
Yes, in South Africa. I don't know about Ireland, but here they do it.
And speaking of, pubs, clubs, what is the scene like? Is there much shows to be had? Is it easy to find shows?
Well, when it comes to a five-piece band like us, it's not the easiest. Most venues, especially here in the Western Cape, they prefer like the one-piece or two-piece bands because it's a lot easier for them, and also they don't have much like stage space for big bands like us.
Yeah, adding on to that, beforehand, like before COVID and everything, bands would actually have quite an easy time finding a gig that would pay very well. But obviously because of COVID and things, places had to either close or downsize and stuff. So a lot of venues have either disappeared or, as I said, downsized. So now they can't handle such large bands. So they have like acoustic two or one piece bands or whatever. And then also because of COVID, the pay has very much dwindled down. So yeah, it's somewhat difficult finding very nicely paying gigs, if I can put it like that.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of an international problem.
Oh
And,
yeah.
you know, who do you guys look to for inspiration in South Africa? Is there any bands you guys look up to, or is it more so international or American bands that you guys kind of liken yourselves to?
Well, as mentioned before, the everyone in the band is very, very different in the kind of music that they like. And that's actually what crafted the sound of Rewind. Everyone has different musical inspirations. Some guys in the band love 80s rock and roll music. Like I know Jordan loves Bon Jovi, and I know that John, what do you like?
I like some of the heavier stuff. So I know one of the more modern ones is Des Rocks. Not really that well known, but my gosh, he's got some damn good music out there. Um, but yeah, definitely more on the heavy side with music for me,
Yeah.
and Gavin, our bassist.
And then I bring the more pop elements to the table.
It's a nice healthy mix. And I know a few minutes ago we heard about some of your best shows, some of the shows that made you. Here's a bit of a fun one. Is there a show you would consider the worst? Things just went wrong, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, I could actually. It's funny you brought that up because one of our latest shows wasn't the best one at all because the owner was a bit of an idiot towards us at the end, and we really brought a lot of revenue into that venue that evening, which I don't really get much. And at the end of the show, he wasn't that grateful that we put on such a show for his venue. And he showed a lot of disrespect towards us with regards to one of the audience members bringing alcohol into the venue, which shouldn't actually be blamed on the band at all. And yeah, that was kind of blamed on the band, which didn't the night didn't end well for us.
It was a good show. The crowd was over 100 people. It just ended on a sour note, unfortunately.
You won't be in a rush to go back there and play anytime soon. So,
No, it was actually our last gig playing there.
They don't plan on having bands there anymore because bands actually earn cover charge there, and they weren't keen on doing cover charge anymore. So they said they won't be really having bands there anymore.
I see. I see. And when it comes to showtime, then your pre-show and your post-show, how do you guys like to psych yourselves up? And then afterwards, how do you like to wind down?
Getting ready for a show, the only type of treatment that works for me is an ice cold beer.
Ice cold beer. Yeah, no, yeah, going into the show, we have to, especially when we take our own equipment and stuff, it's quite a hard work back in the van with the equipment and stuff, and then after the show back in the band. But we try and get sound check and stuff like that done, setting up done quite early so that we still have an hour to just relax before the show and talk to the audience that's arriving. And then same with with after the show. After the show, we kind of settle down a bit, have a chat with the audience here and there, maybe have a drink with a few of them, and then when like quite a bit of them have left the venue, then we'll start packing our equipment up and stuff.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Right, before we dive into the last couple of questions, future plans set in stone, new music, gigs, when can we expect the music? What can we expect? Give us all the details.
Okay, so we're basically working on our EP that we plan to release early next year. We're looking at going into the studio probably January, February time. And yeah, we're building on this first single that we just released. Got quite a decent crowd from it. And they're already asking us when we're releasing our next EP. So yeah, we're trying to get that out as soon as possible. And then once EP's out, we'll have a launch show for it. And yeah, can't wait for that.
Sounds good. Sounds good. What sort of sound can we expect? Is it going to be more of what we heard with Never Enough?
Yeah, I would assume so. I think it's going to be quite similar to Never Enough. We have some types of ideas so far for some of the songs, but nothing is really confirmed yet because we like to make things our own. And I think it might sound similar to Never Enough.
Yeah, a lot of the pop rock vibes. That's what we aim for the future of the band is the pop rock.
All we know, sorry, I'm just adding on. All we know is our one draft that we have, just like singing it to ourselves or whatever. We already can't get it out of our heads.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite catchy.
It's always a good sign.
Yeah.
As they said, you can definitely, with the music that we're releasing next year, we're definitely going to be building on the commercial pop rock sound that Never Enough established.
Brilliant, brilliant. Plenty to look forward to. So we'll dive into the last couple of questions. There are a couple of fun random ones to try get to know you guys a bit better behind the music. First off, besides the band and music, what are you currently obsessed with?
Jordan speaking at the moment. I'm really into my baseball. I've played baseball since I was a youngster, so that I really love doing in the spare time that I have. Other than that, it's just studying at the moment.
Yeah, we all have different interests and hobbies outside of band as well. So I'm actually Jordan's brother. I'm the drummer, and I like to play soccer. So Jordan likes baseball, I like soccer, and also I'm in my first year of studying now.
Yeah, outside of the band, I still do a lot of music. Music is the air that I breathe. So yeah, if I have to say what my hobby outside the band is, it's still music.
Right.
And for me, John, the lead guitarist, for me, same with Simon. Like my thing is music, but don't really get that much time because I'm the only one in the band that has a job and works. But other things that aren't music related, it would most definitely be sim racing and probably 3D design.
Interesting, interesting. And would you like to hazard a guess on what the bassist would say if he was here?
John would have to answer that one.
Um, Well, him and I, we do sim racing together sometimes. So one thing of his would be sim racing as well.
Okay.
He
Okay.
likes to ride bicycle.
Yes,
Oh, yes, he does, yeah.
he's a cycling fanatic.
Right. Okay. Okay. The next one, it's a bit strange. If you had to spend 24 hours locked in a room with any musician from history, who would it be?
For me, that would be, as Simon mentioned earlier, Bon Jovi. I absolutely love that band. I love their music, and yeah, my answer would be Bon Jovi.
Mine would be Metallica because I feel like that would just be a very interesting moment to spend with them. They could give me some good tips as well. So, yeah.
If I had to spend 24 hours in a room with any musician, I would pick Jack Black because he is also an actor and he's a very good actor and also a very good musician. And he is hilarious. So the 24 hours would pass by quick because we'd just be cracking jokes.
For me, even though he's passed away many years ago now, I'd have to say Gary Moore because I mean, I just find out everything about how he did his music, and I mean, he went everywhere from hard rock to blues, sometimes a bit of jazz here and there, but he was just a very versatile musician, and I just want to pick his brain about everything.
I like it. That's a very good mix. And also, we really don't hear Gary Moore mentioned enough. So you get bonus points for that one.
Yeah, we actually do two of his songs.
Really? Which ones?
Yeah, Parisian Walkways.
Hmm.
Jordan sings it. And then we do Walking by Myself, which I sing.
Oh, man. Oh, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And the final question, what's your go-to album? An album you constantly revisit?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I've already got my answer.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Mine's actually from an artist I recently found, and I mentioned him earlier. Des Rocks, his latest album, the Dream Machine album. Oh, it is absolutely amazing. Very good. He's got hard rock in there. He's got some more slow songs in there. It is amazing. Definitely an experience to listen to.
If I had to pick a go-to album, it really comes down to two albums. I can't pick a single one. I'm sorry, but the two albums are American Idiot by Green Day and The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. Those are two amazing albums, in my opinion. Some of the best of the 21st century.
Mine would be a Metallica album. I'm not quite sure what the name is, but it's got a few good numbers that I like to bob my head to in the car on my way to university. There's few numbers like Sad But True, The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam. There's a few
The
of my
Black album.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, for me, I would have to agree with Simon on that Green Day album.
Very good. Some good recommendations there. Listen, guys, this has been an absolute blast now. Thanks a million.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for having us. It's a pleasure to be
Thank you
here.
very much.
Thank you so much.
A few words have crossed through my mind tonight. I can't fight this feeling one more time. Time has passed, yet I don't see the light. These restless feelings got me up all night. Seasons pass, but I stay cold, stuck in the memories with you. I try to move on, but my thoughts rewind. Never enough, won't leave the photograph alone. Never enough, the thought of you makes me feel low. Every step I take brings me closer to the answer I'm seeking. The truth won't set me free. I won't leave the photographs alone. I'm on the run. Midnight wanderer, restless soul in flight, chasing shadows, searching for the light. I'm on the run. I'm on the run. On the run. On the run.
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. And if you're interested in signing up to Band Builder Academy, use the link in the show notes below and enter the code CONCERTS and you'll receive 10% off. So, until next time, keep rocking. Hey, what are you guys still doing here? The show's over. It's over. You can go home. Go on. We'll see you next time. We'll be here.